Alright, Team Fusion, this video is going to be on goal setting and establishing your why. And I probably preface every video that this is going to be the most important one, but goal setting really is going to be one of the top ones because you need something that's going to keep you in the game. Yes, this business is so much fun. It is. Sometimes I can't believe I get paid to do what I do just by interacting with people, helping people, saving lives, right? And helping people physically and financially, controlling my own schedule and writing my own paychecks. It's a blast. But there are going to be times that there's challenges. You're going to get a lot of rejection. You're going to get criticism from ignorant people. You're going to get flakes and things like that. And before you master the emotional roller coaster, it's your why that's going to keep you in the game, keep you going. Okay, so this page, it's going to be page 3 in your CSP. It looks like this. And I just revamped it. I'm very excited because what I found is that most people don't know how to set goals. And that's okay. Most people know how to set it would be nice if wish list, as in it would be nice if I lost some weight, it'd be nice if I was healthier, it'd be nice if I was a millionaire, but they don't actually know how to set a goal that becomes tangible, right? It's just a bunch of wishing and dreaming, and this streamlines that process of goal setting. So if you look at it, it says, what do I want, how am I going to get it, and why am I going to get it? So it's not just the what, it's the what, how, and why. So the reason why most people don't fulfill their goals, or the reason why goal setting normally doesn't work, why do New Year's resolution usually get a laugh in the face? Because everyone hits the gym for like 3 days, and then all of a sudden the gym starts to clear up, right? It's because they didn't have a big enough why. Actually, no, yeah, I'll share this story really quick. I wanted this to be a quick training, but no, it still will be. Okay, so this gentleman, this is what one of my mentors first told me, and it moved me so much, and it talks about the importance of having a why. So a gentleman, he was overweight. He'd been overweight since, majority of his adult life, and he's had multiple attempts at losing weight. He's done all these diets, all these exercises and things like that, and he's just been severely overweight, but every time that he'd start something, he would just quit. And then one day, he's a father, he received the news that his daughter needed a kidney transplant. And so they were looking for donors, of course, and of course they couldn't find a match, and he was the only one. Now the doctor, of course, the father, he's just like, yeah, of course I'll do it, right? Without, skipping a heartbeat. He said, I'll do it for my daughter. But the doctor said that the procedure would not be safe, and he wouldn't survive the procedure as long as he is the weight that he is. So what happened? He started to diet, he started to exercise, he started to lose the weight and actually drop weight for the first time successfully. Why? Because his reason why changed. So before, the action was the same, losing weight, but the reason why changed. It wasn't just for looks, it wasn't just for his own health, it was for his daughter. So having a why outside of you is going to be what moves you into action, okay? So sometimes, actually for the majority of people, it's not enough, at least in this industry, to say, I want to be rich, or something that's material or monetarily based, because if being rich was enough of a motivator, we'd all be there already. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of people in Team Fusion who are winning on a very big scale are totally money motivated, and there's nothing wrong with that. They just want it so bad, and they want to live a life like that of freedom and being able to buy all these things that it's enough to motivate them, and they just get laser focused. But the majority of people, if they set a monetary based goal, then as soon as they hit their first roadblock, they're just like, I don't have to be rich, it's okay. And then they go back to the rat race. Now, what do I mean by outside of you? It has to be there's in the what do I want section, you could think of what do you want to strive for, and then that's one category, and there's also what are you tired of. So in the striving for, it's like I want to retire, or I want to retire my parents, or I want to retire my spouse, I want to bring my husband or my wife home, or maybe I want to be able to travel at a moment's notice for as long as I want with whoever I want. I want to, drive an Audi R8, right? All these things. Whatever your goals are, write them down in the present tense and in first person. I can't tell you how many different authors and trainers have said this same exact concept. First of all, writing down your goals sets you apart from about 95% of the population. Most people just keep it in their heads, and that's why it never comes to fruition. So write it down, and then when you write it down in the current tense, and you write it down daily, it actually starts to program, and things just start to align, because your brain is actually, you've given it clear instructions now for what it is looking for, and starts to attract these things to propel you toward your goals. So instead of I want, or I hope, or I wish, say I drive an Audi R8 because of this business. I don't care if you don't yet, because you will. And you say I have retired my parents, and I write them a check for $10,000 every single month because of this business. Or I'm able to spend as much time with my kids, or actually quantify it, right? If you look at the SMART goals, I'm not going to go over it because you can read it, but the reason why I put that there, I've heard about SMART goals so many times through high school and college and all these leadership trainings, and I just kind of wrote it off. But when I realized in this business that people don't know how to set goals, they just say, I want to retire my parents. And then it's like, okay, well, what does that mean for you? When do you want to retire them by? Next year? Tomorrow? Right? Obviously not tomorrow, but we want to make these realistic and tangible. But make it time-bound. What and how much money does that mean? Does that mean 10K a month, 5K a month, 20K a month? Right? What kind of lifestyle do they want? If you want to travel, where do you want to go? Things like that. Some teams, they do vision boards, and that's a lot of fun. I'll probably do that with my team soon, because you actually want to see visual cues and keep it at the forefront of your mind. That's why on the sheet it says put it in a place that you're going to see on a daily basis, like your bathroom mirror, and then actually read it out loud. The best way is to be writing it in a journal every single day. It only takes 2 minutes in the morning, right? Either first thing you wake up or right before you go to bed, or both, do that. But I know that majority of people won't. So if at least the minimum you can do is posting this somewhere so you can read it, then great. But if you write it, you'll see day to day you start to add more things because your why starts to change or starts to grow, things like that. But post this somewhere. Now that's what do I want, the how am I going to get it? Oh, I'm sorry. The other category is what are you tired of? Maybe your current circumstance. Some people, they're not motivated by like looking forward because their current situation is enough to motivate them to stay in this business. As soon as they're just like, oh man, I'm getting kind of tired. I don't know if I want to make this extra phone call. I don't know if I want to drive out to this PBR. I don't know if I want to talk to one more person. It's just, they're like, no, I'm so sick of rush hour traffic. I'm so tired of my boss. I'm so tired of living paycheck to paycheck. Or maybe you are already a 6 or 7 figure income earner and you're just like, I'm so tired of being time broke. I have no time. Whatever it is, whatever motivates you, use that. Okay, because when the why is big enough, the how-to is irrelevant. I promise you. When I first got started in this industry, my why was so clear that honestly rejection did not faze me. Because I already knew where I was going. So whether people want to tag along or not, great. And so that's how powerful your why is, and you have an outstanding support system here in Team Fusion to keep cheering you on toward your goals. But you need to write it down in present tense. Now, how am I going to get it? If I'm personally launching you, I usually have you read this out loud. But there are going to be other training videos going more in depth on these things. Some of them I already have in mindset, but how am I going to get it? I will be coachable. I will follow directions. That's what being coachable means. I'll stay plugged into PD or personal development. That's part of PD. I will attend all events and conference calls. I'll ask for help when I need it. Okay, don't let your ego stand in the way of your bank account. We're here to help. Okay, some people they have an issue asking for help, but that's what we're here for. I'll be patient with the process. Okay, don't be one of those people who expect their ice cream before it's frozen. Okay, or expect results like yesterday. Okay, this is all about short-term sacrifice for long-term gain. Majority of people come in here treating it like a lottery ticket instead of a real business, and they want no-term sacrifice for right-now gain, and that's not how it works in any industry. Manage your expectations and train your emotions. We talked about the emotional roller coaster. I will share this business and or share the product with X amount of people per week. That's up to you. Really, this business is designed to be very part-time, especially when you focus it on income-producing activity, which is just sharing the business and sharing the product. That's it. That's all we do. I will learn the few skills required and sharpen these skills. Eric Worre says that if network marketing were a college course, it would be the easiest course ever taken. Okay, so just take some time to learn the skills and then master those skills, and you can become wealthy in this industry. And those skills are outlined in Go Pro by Eric Worre. I will become a person who I would want to follow. So that's all plugged into personal development. So check those off. Now, the last part is why am I going to achieve it? So you're going to put I and then write your name. Understand that there will be times I will get discouraged. And again, I have a new person who I'm working with verbalize this because it heightens the level of commitment when you verbalize things, because you really do speak things into reality. If you read any book on success, like Think and Grow Rich and things like that, they huge advocate for that, positive affirmations, right? But when you sign this, read it, I name, understand that there will be times that I will get discouraged, but I promise to myself that I will never quit because, and then what's your why? Because my family deserves it, or because my parents deserve it, or because I deserve it, because I deserve to live a life of greatness and not mediocrity. I don't know what motivates you, but that's why this page is for you. Your goals don't have to be the same as someone else, right? Just whatever. The most important part about these goals is that you're honest with yourself. I've seen people who set goals that are maybe more humanitarian based just because they feel like that's the noble thing to do, but they really are motivated by the cars. And if that's what motivates you, then write it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. This is for you. So sign it, date it. If I personally sponsored you, I expect a picture of this. Or when we get together, we'll go over this together. So I hope this helps, and I'll see you in the next training.